Hello, my name is Fatima Cantinos, and today I will be talking about mental health resources in public schools. So in recent years, much awareness has been brought to the importance of mental health. A group that can be overlooked is our youth, whether that be elementary, middle school, or high school students. Many of the times they're overlooked because of their age. I myself have been diagnosed with major clinical anxiety, and I found it very interesting to be able to find resources to get help, to get diagnosed. And I feel that if schools were to provide better mental health resources to students would be able to get help sooner rather than later. By providing mental health resources to students, schools have the power to change students' lives while simultaneously saving lives. Today we will look at why children and adolescents benefit from these services, including the early detection of mental health conditions, better access to treatments, and overall better performance in their day-to-day lives. So early could help immensely with coping the condition. Many people believe that because school children are so young, that it's just depression or anxiety or any kind of mental health condition is just a phase, or they would grow it out, disregarding the fact that they're causing more harm than good by not allowing their kids or students to get the help they need. So according to Teresa Wynn, Vice President of Policy and Programs at Mental Health America, about half of mental health disorders begin before the age of 14 and 3/4 before the age of 24. This means that many of these conditions don't just happen out of nowhere. They develop over time, and the sooner we get problems acknowledged, the sooner and better the person can get. Early detection could help youth continue on with their education, allowing for personal growth. And educating youth on the importance of mental health can help with the stigma that is still around mental health problems. So in this diagram, it's showing just how much schools can impact the lives of these students. It's really important that schools are the first step in them getting help. So treatment. Studies by the Center for Health Care in Schools show that 81% of youth with anxiety, 71% of youth with depression, and 85% of youth with ADHD do get better with treatment. This allows for educators to be able to accommodate to students depending on what condition they have, so they can progress better in school. Funding should be given to schools to fund more mental health programs rather than hiring more counselors, because counselors are only so much. Schools need to be able to provide people who are specialized in mental health conditions rather than counselors just telling you you need to go outside or something simple like that. So their way of life. So addressing these mental health issues can help youth cope with their day-to-day lives. According to the Association for Children's Mental Health, nationally only 40% of students with emotional, behavioral, and mental health disorders graduate from high school, compared to the national average of 76%. Over 50% of students with emotional and behavioral disabilities ages 14 and older drop out of high school. So not only are mental health problems, it affects families, it affects futures, it affects a lot. It is something that needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be talked about because it is such an important part of our lives. Suicide rates and youth can be lowered if schools implement these kinds of things, and families will be saved. Talking about mental health and being open about mental health makes children feel understood, and they're able to better express themselves on how they feel. So in conclusion, today we've looked at the reason why mental health is important in the public education system, including early detection of mental health conditions, better access to treatments, and overall better performance in their day-to-day lives. So schools have the power to make this change. Schools do have the opportunity to be the savior for most of these students. Thank you.